Hello, everyone. Welcome, guys. Hey, Erica, welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Hey, Peter, welcome. All right, guys. I hope everyone is having a great week. As you guys know, on Thursdays, we go over equities, options, ETF, basically the equity markets. Hey, Kim, welcome.
Hey, how's it going, David?
Good. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot of information here to go over. Lots are happening in the markets. It's amazing how it shifts, right? It goes from Forex to cryptos to equities, and right now a lot of the action is in equities. All right, so a lot of volatility building up in the equity market. So let's go over that. All right. Any other any other stocks?
IWM.
Peter.
You said I was gonna go back to work next day, even if I was wrong. If it goes against me.
Huh.
I said probability. Who knows? But hopefully I'm right.
I've got to give you credit for this. We talked about this last night, right? About being disciplined, right? And I don't know if you guys know the story here with Peter. We were talking like last night on a class trading in the zone, and Peter has been watching this for over a year, right? Over a year. Finally decided to get in yesterday, right? Was it yesterday, Peter? Yesterday,
It was the official support, 205 and 30 cents. It was the support that was established in January of 2021, beginning of last year.
Yeah. So guys, he's been waiting. And guess what? It's a lovely trade. It's a beautiful trade. Now, yesterday, it wasn't sure, right? Wasn't sure, could have gotten a pullback, but guess what? This candle right here, today's selling is confirmation that he did a damn good trade. That's a pretty good trade here. And boy, you need all the credit. I hope you make so much money. I hope you're able to back up the truck.
30% of my capital. 30% of a capital. I've been waiting set on the side for this trade.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm leveraged off the tilt. I got every IWM bearish. I got the TWM. I get the SRTY. Yeah, I'm ready. I was ready for this trade for over a year. Ever since COVID-19, March of 2020, I was watching the stock.
I hope you make a ton of money because boy, you deserve it. You deserve it. I mean, and this is, guys, when you do the type of work that Peter did on this trade right here, that's when you get paid, right? When you take the time, you are patient, you do the work, and then you, not only that, you're brave enough to put real capital, 30% of his capital, to work. That's when you get paid. That's when you get paid. I was talking to when we do this one-on-one coaching, I was talking to, let me find my notes here, one of our new traders, and I was talking about, oh yeah, here it is here, my little note. I keep a note. And we were talking, and she got a real knack for intuition, right? So we kind of uncovered that uh, she's got a real good sense when it comes to intuition. And this is what Peter did here. He uses intuition, guys, right? So yes, he's got all the support and resistance, right? He's got everything lined up, but his intuition, having that intuition is key. You're gonna find that the very, very good traders, right? Kim has it, Ricky has it, Brian is starting to really develop that. Brian gave us some really good tips the other day. Your intuition is where you make money, right? Your intuition is where you make money. Now, you will get that intuition from just experience, right? Years and years of trading experience. You'll get that intuition. But there's another type of intuition that that you just have and you just know, right? So Peter just knew. Now anything can happen, but he's going with his gut. And sometimes when we trade, especially when we trade big, you've got to feel it in your gut, right? So when you trade big, like he's trading big, 30% of your capital is big. That's huge, right? And he's been waiting for a long time to take this trade, right? But he's going on his gut intuition. Yes, everything else has to line up. But boy, when you take trades like this, there has to be a gut check. There has to be some intuition. But that's when you make a lot of money. You don't get these trades every day. But boy, when they happen, you've got to roll the dice. You can't trade small here. If he's waited all this time for this setup, when he finally got that setup, he's got to go big. He's got to go big. Otherwise, guess what? What would happen? Let me ask you guys this. What would happen here if Peter didn't go big here? If he traded 2% of his account and not 30% of his account, what would happen? What would happen?
Even though he's right, he won't make up for his losses.
Okay. All right.
I would say I wasted all that preparation. I mean,
All
I printed out charts. I post things on my refrigerator. I looked at it every week, back of my mind. I put it in my subconsciousness. I would have wasted all that preparation if I went small.
What else? What else? What else? What am I looking for?
Oh, the other thing is too, this is your first sell signal. So this is the optimal time to be putting on this trade short.
Okay. Yeah, all of that is technical though. Someone was going to say something.
I was going to say, after he put in all that work and then he doesn't go big, he's not going to want to do it again because he has to come back and do it again.
Bingo. His confidence would be shot. And I want you guys, to really pay attention to this, because a lot of times we'll trade and we're trading small amount or a particular size, and we're never pulling the trigger, right, to trade big. And so what happens is this, it's like a muscle, right? You're trading. Just think of these support and resistance, kind of like us, right? So if we are never pushing, right, pushing the limit, right? And I'm not saying just randomly doing this. You've got a plan, right? Just like Peter did. But if you never break resistance in your trading, guess what? You're going to stay within right here with your trading. All right. So what Peter did, he just broke his resistance. Well, in this case, his support, right? He just broke through in his trading. Guess what? He went big. He did a ton of work. He will find opportunities like this again. Whether this turned out to be just an amazing trade for him, right? Let's say it comes all the way down here. He makes a boatload of money, right? More than he's ever made before. And this happens. It happens, right? One big trade, one nice trade can change everything, not just financially, but you as a trader, right? So let's say if Peter didn't take this trade here, right? Second guessed himself, right? And it came all the way down. Could you imagine, right? He waited all this time to take this trade and then put on 2%, 3%, let's say 5% of his capital. And it comes all the way down here, right? Boy, compared to really taking the trade, putting some real capital to work, and it gets all the way down here, right? Big difference. But guess what? By doing all of this work, he will find another opportunity like this, because guess what? He's broken through his support or resistance levels with his own trading, right? And I'm speaking for Peter, but I'm sure Peter agrees, right? Peter, is this your biggest trade?
Yeah, because I did that so much planning. You know, this is planning since March of 2020.
Yeah.
I knew that IWM was trading so far away from, the norm. So I knew that it was going to break down. Basically, Michael Burry was my inspiration. He shorted the housing market. He shorted his bonds, and he went against the whole market. And so that was basically the formula of this trade, is just waiting and waiting and waiting and pull the trigger. And when I pulled the trigger yesterday, I loaded up more positions. My feelings was very scared. It's like a lot of doubt. But my mind and my knowing tells me you got to pull the trigger. You prepare for all this whole time for it. I know exactly what to do at each step. If it goes against me, what I'm going to do. If it goes my way, I know I'm going to load up more positions. I'm going to commit how much at certain levels. It was like planned out, each move. So now I'm scared to do it. I'm still scared because, I can't believe it. It's like today's day,
Yeah. Well, it's like you're supposed to be scared, right? If you're not scared, then something is wrong with you. You're not human, right? Hearing you go through this is like Ricky, and you guys have heard, you heard Ricky talk when he talks about his trade where he made 120,000 in one day, right? Ricky was very, very confident. And he was scared, right? He was still scared, and he planned just like you did here, right? He planned for the trade, okay? But guess what? You still will have that stage fright, right? You'll have it. It's not going to go away, all right? But that's when you make, you train. You've been training, and you guys, you new folks. You guys are doing the same thing. You're trading. You're taking small trades. You're taking. You're in this. You're working things out. You're working things out. But guess what? All of that training you're doing is for the big dance, right? All those trades you're taking, all that practice. It's not for nothing. It's for the big dance, and you don't know when your big dance will be. You don't know when it's going to come, but you better be ready, right? You better be ready, because when it comes, if you don't pull that trigger, all right, you're going to regret it. You will regret it, right? And if you don't go big, I'm not saying, you've got to be careful, right? You've got to know what you're doing, right? You can't trade your milk money, right? But boy, to do all the work and then go big, it's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I know Peter is nervous. He's hoping that it works out, but he's good. He's good. He's good. He's done the work. He took the trade, and he took the big trade. And guess what? At some point, if you guys are in this long enough, right? If you guys are in this long enough, your time will come when you have to take the big trade. All right. And those of you who take the big trade, you will get to the next level. You will break your resistance, right? But if you don't take the big trade, right, when it calls, right, guess what? You'll be stuck right in here for many years, right here, right in here. So take a lesson from Peter. He's been working at it. This is not his only trade. This is not his only trade, right? So he's been building his muscle to get to the point where, guys, guess what, guys? He has the confidence to take this big trade. And I hope, Peter, boy, whew, I hope you make a ton of money, because you deserve it. Yeah, you deserve it. Let it ride. Let it do its thing. It's in the markdown phase. Just let it do its
And
thing.
I want to say, David, like I want to say, coming to this meeting helps reinforce. Like, my mind knows what to do, but it's my emotion that I need some work on. And coming to this meeting, just to reinforce things, like, hey, stick in this trade. If it's on a markdown phase, don't get out. And every day, with the other trades, my feelings tell me, get out. Like, you're losing your money. But it's coming to this meeting and to reinforce. Like I said to myself, I know I'm a good trader, but I want to be a great trader. So I got to do what I can, come to the meetings, read books, practice, work on my emotions. So, like, you have to make that determination, like, hey, I'm going to commit to being a great trader. So, and it's preparation. It's all preparation. You got to study charts. You got to read books. You got to follow people, the great traders. You got to read their stories. For me, it's watching movies. It's like, I got to learn this. For me, it's also working shitty jobs. And it's just like,
Yep.
you know, it's just kind of whatever your motivation is, you got to commit to it. You got to pick one thing and say, hey, I'm going to commit 4 years to this.
Yeah.
It's that commitment and that preparation.
You got to figure it out, and we talk about this, right? Everyone has their own journey, and you guys have to go on your own journey. Cam has gone on his journey. He's paid the price, paid his dues. Ricky, we talk about Ricky, Alex, and now Peter, and boy, you guys want to learn from this. These are the lessons, right? When you guys see stuff, trading done like this, you've got to appreciate it. You've got to appreciate the work, right? Even if you don't understand it, everything that went into this, right? You've got to appreciate the work. All right. And the reason you want to appreciate it, because guess what? When you do it, you realize how difficult it is, because it's not easy, right? If you guys look here, If you guys look here, this is from March of last year. The price never broke support since March of last year. So he waited since March of last year for the price to finally, for the sellers to finally, and he nailed it. I mean, he nailed it. Peter nailed it. He got in right at the break. Most individuals would give up. How many things do we give up on? We give up on our diets and all. How many things did we give up on today? Just today, just this morning, we said we would do this and we didn't, right? This guy stayed with this trade all through here, month after month after month, and nailed the entry. So I hope you guys wish Peter, it doesn't, we don't, we don't pray to the screens because it really, doesn't help. But boy, say a prayer for Peter because he deserves every dollar he makes here, right? Because this is a lot of work, and he did it. So I'm going to close with this. Learn from these traders. Okay. Respect the work that they do. All right. You guys don't see, especially new traders, you don't see the work that's involved. It's a lot of work. You have to appreciate their work so that you can appreciate your work. Right? When traders make a lot of money, boy, applaud them, cheer for them, because it wasn't easy. Right? And figure out how you can do it yourselves. All right? I love this. I love that Peter did this. All right? I love that Peter stayed with it. I love the fact that Peter traded big. There's no guarantee. Even with no guarantee, he still went big. He still went with his intuition, with his gut. He did all the homework, all the homework. He followed price. So what can I say? I hope he makes $1 million on this trade. Because guess what? Many of us wouldn't do this. Many of us don't have the patience to do this.
I just want to say that thank you for that. I needed so much encouragement because I even tell my family and friends this trade, and they just keeps on doubting me. So you'll have those negative voices around you. So you gotta have friends that who understand business and gives you encouragement. For me, it's coming to these meetings, just getting encouragement. And for this trade, I didn't just plan just the beginning. It's all the way through to the very end. I know what's my exit price. So from beginning to end, you got to know your exit price. And my exit price is 163. That's the first exit. I mean, I have marked it on my chart where I'm gonna get out first. Where's my second exit? Everything. It's like every product I'm using, I know what's my exit. So I just didn't know how to manage the middle portion, but I knew when I was going to get in, when I was going to get out. So
and
from beginning to end, you got to know it. When you get into a trade, you got to know what's your exit.
And look at this. What a beautiful setup. 163 is right here. Here is his big support right here, this cluster right here. right? All from here, look at this. From here to all the way down here, there's nothing in his way. There's nothing in his way. Nothing, no support to stop his trade here. So yeah, that's amazing planning. We don't get any cluster like here until we get to 163 right here. That's your support right here. So from here to here, look here, it's all clear for him to get to 163. Perfect planning, perfect trade. And guess what? Once he does this, he can do it over and over and over and over. This is his breakthrough trade. This is Peter's breakthrough trade for doing all of the work. And his payment, yes, he'll make some money here, but his payment is in the knowledge, in the skills that he developed to putting all this together, right? Putting all this together. So good job, Peter. Good job. Good job. Guys, learn from this, right? Every day you go to trade, all right? This is where you want to get to, right? This is the point where you guys want to get to, all right? So do the work. Do the work. Don't give up. Don't give up. It's hard. We know that. We know it's hard. If it was easy, we wouldn't do it, right? We know it's hard, but guess what? It's worth it. Hear how Peter talks about this. He's very proud of himself, right? He's very proud for doing the work, right? For doing the work. All right. So I'm going to end on this note. All right. I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. On Sunday for currencies and Forex at 5 p.m. But good job, Peter. Guys, thank you, everyone, for coming this evening. And I will see you guys. Have a good weekend. See you guys on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.